Hello, Sutat. Good morning. We are here today at Raven's View for the video that I'm going to do is a video on the way that I make oatmeal. And this is the way that I make oatmeal in the morning without using the instant. You can do the instant if you want to, and that's kind of a quick, easy way to do it. You pour it in and put it in the microwave or let it sit in some hot water, but I sometimes don't like to eat the instant oatmeal because it is a little kind of mushier oatmeal, and so I am going for I used to use kind of the large instant kind of box oatmeal and add hot water to it and let it sit for a while. But I figured out a way to make oatmeal with the kind of the slow kind that you have to put on. Usually it says the directions. You have to put it on the pot and water and let it simmer and boil and let it simmer for 5 to 8 minutes, and it takes a little bit longer. And so then you have to get out the pot and you have to boil the water and let it sit there and then pour it out, and it's kind of a couple extra steps. So I figured out a way to do it using one bowl basically and some hot water. So it's a little quicker and you don't have to worry about getting the pot out and boiling it and then take the pot and wash it, everything like that. So it's a little quicker, I think. You can try it out if you want to. So here are you about a half a cup of just the regular oats, not the quick oats, just the regular oats. And these are actually cool ones that I found. These are sprouted rolled oats. So sprouted rolled oats, even better. But anyway, you can use any of the kind of oats. And that's what I do. Then I take some cinnamon, put some cinnamon in there, shake it down so all the cinnamon kind of gets mixed in there. And then if you want to, you can just pour the water, hot water, right over the top. And if you want to, you can add some fruit inside. And so sometimes what I do is I just dice up some apples, or you can use any kind of fruit really, and I pour that right in there before I add the water, because then when you add the water, that kind of cooks the apples a little bit. And then you can even get some dried fruits. So this is some dried cranberries. You can use any kind, raisins or whatever kind of dried fruit you like. And then while doing it now, they kind of puff up. So they start off kind of crinkly and then they swell up when the water hits them, the hot water. So we'll just throw that in there too. And then the next part, which is pretty easy, is you just get some hot water. So I have a kettle here, and we'll add the hot water over the top. And the other thing you need is just a plate. So I have a plate here that fits over the top of the bowl, and that kind of seals in the steam. And we're basically kind of put this water inside and then steam it a little bit, so that way it kind of cooks all inside the bowl. And that's pretty much it. You have to let it sit for a little while, and it should be good to go. Yeah, so it's just kind of a different way to do it. I usually kind of do this, let it sit, and then go, get ready in the morning, do whatever else, and then come back, and it's all ready to go. So it's just kind of a quick version, kind of set it, make it, come back, eat it. And we'll wait till this heats up to the boiling point here, and then we'll add some water.
A few moments later.
Alright, the water is ready to go here, and you want to put the water in soon after it boils. So as close as you can, that way it's the hottest it could possibly go. And you just pour in the water. I just kind of eyeball it and put a little bit more in. Sometimes depends on if you have extra fruit in there. So if you have the fruit, the dried fruit will soak up some of that water. So let's see, actually I'll put a little bit more in here because I can see already that the oats are soaking up that water. And then so once I do this for the dried fruit, what I like to do is really just kind of take a spoon and let those suckers go down for a swim. They have to go under and in the water underneath. and try to get all that stuff down under the water level. That way they're soaking up as much of the water and kind of cooking that it can. So it ends up working out pretty well. So just get all that pushed down into the water as much as you can, and then once they get dunked down in there, it will soak up and start to kind of steam everything really nice. Okay, I got all the cranberries down. The apples are kind of pretty much down. And then you take the lid, or not the lid, but really just a plate, and you stick it over the top as a lid, and you just let it sit. So you go do whatever you're gonna do, maybe have some coffee, tea, I don't know, take a shower, bath, whatever you want in the morning, get dressed, and then come back and it should be ready to go. So we'll check on it in a few minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a little bit of time now, and I let it sit in the boiling water that was covered with the plate, and I don't know, maybe 5, 7, 8 minutes or so. I mean, you know, you just kind of go and do something and come back, and it's pretty much ready. So we'll take a look and see what it looks like here. So now the water has been soaked up into the oats and into the apples, and it kind of cooked the apples while it's sitting here, and then into the cranberries that are in there. So sometimes what I do, and just it kind of depends on how much or how hot you like your oatmeal, I might take this, and if it's been a little while, if I get caught up on something, I might go and you know, come back a little longer than I thought to get ready to eat. I'll stick this in the microwave for like 20 to maybe 30, 40 seconds, depending on how cool it is and how hot I want it, just to kind of heat it up just a little bit. So I'm going to do that right now real quick, and we'll pop it in there for about 20 seconds, and I'll come back.
A few moments later.
Yummy, yummy, here it comes. Came out of the microwave. I just popped it up in the microwave there for about 20 seconds or so, just to kind of heat it up a little bit. And the good thing about this, and the whole idea why I'm kind of really coming up with this, is I used to put microwave and tried to cook oatmeal, I guess, in the microwave with water and oats and everything, and then put it in the microwave as it tried to, you know, do that. But I'm sure some of you may have tried to do it. It happened to me all the time. Is while you put it in the microwave, it just bubbles and bubbles and bubbles and bubbles and bubbles, and then pretty soon this whole thing spills over the top and into the microwave and all over the place while you're trying to cook it from cold water, dry oats, and you know, everything in the microwave. And it just doesn't work that well to do it in that method in the microwave. So this is a way to kind of cook it kind of in the microwave to warm it up, I guess, but then mainly using some of the boiled water, dry oats, and then just let it sit in about the same time that you would in the microwave. So it's not really taking maybe much longer. It's just a little bit of a different process. The other thing that I'm going to do here that I always do is add some maple syrup in mine. You can add some sugar or honey or brown sugar to your oatmeal if you want to. I like the maple syrup. And the other thing that I'm going to do is show you the way that I put bananas in this thing. And some of you may have been already kind of doing this and know how to do it. It's a pretty easy thing. This banana is definitely a little green, so let's see how it will maybe even work or not work. Man, we might have to just come back to this because it's just a little too green. Oh my gosh. Well, that happens in Juneau, Alaska. We get a lot of green fruits and vegetables, and it's just not quite ready to go yet. So this is pretty, my gosh, can't even get this thing off of here. Holy cow. Well, I'll show you what I was going to show you anyway. And if you have a ripe banana, and I thought this was going to be ripe enough, but apparently it's not, you can do the same thing. Man, living in Juneau, Alaska is tough for fruits and vegetables. Let me tell you what. Okay, so the idea is to take this and instead of just slice, I like a little bit of a smaller kind of pieces with the banana. So I'm going to slice it down the middle and then slice it down the other middle again, just kind of down so that it kind of just stays there. So I basically have a slice here and a slice here. So that's putting this thing into 4 slices or 4 sections. And then I'm just going to take this over the bowl and then start to push down. And every time I push down on this now, it's creating 4 little chunks of the banana. And they're already kind of bite size in the oatmeal already. And I'll do the same exact thing with strawberries. So I'll take a strawberry and leave the top on and fold it over and then slice the strawberry down the top, or down the I guess the bottom, the pointy end of it, across this way and across this way, and I'll hold the green part in my fingers and then bring it back and then slice down in my hand, kind of pretty much down the strawberry. So that way when I slice it, it's already in 4 little pieces similar to the banana. And then bango, it is already bite size and ready to go. So that's kind of another little tip that I use and do with strawberries and bananas and a lot of other fruits that I'm trying to throw inside of my bowl. The last thing, or almost the last thing that I'll do is I often like blueberries, so fresh blueberries, I'll just take some of those, throw them in there, and then I like a little crunch in the oatmeal, so to top it all off, I get some just kind of granola, crunchy granola, sprinkle that on top, and bada boom, bada bing, Betty boop, there we have it. Mix it up a little bit, and you got kind of the way that I make oatmeal usually. I don't always put this much fruit in it. I usually pick maybe 2, but for this video I put a few extras in here. Sometimes I load it up though. You never know. Just depends on how I feel. So that's kind of the way that I do oatmeal. That you don't have to start a pot on the stove, and you don't have to have it boil over in the microwave. It's just kind of a nice little easy way to do it, and I think it's pretty quick and easy and hopefully helpful to you. Alright, yay away, that's it. Goodness sheesh, that's the way it is, that's the way I do it, and I just thought I'd share that little video with you. So let me know what you think in the comments below, if you do it a little differently, if you have something else that works for you, or if this was helpful. Alright, goodness sheesh, tsuya yikwasatin, we will see you soon.
That's what I'm talking about!
Goodness sheesh.